Welcome back to another video, you guys. We have a special guest with us today, about to film this podcast for the first time ever. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hopefully you learn some stuff. And yeah, man, stay tuned. Let's go.
All right, testing 1, 2. Got camera there.
Yes, sir.
You ready?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, let's just make sure. That should be good. Hello, guys. This is Andre with Wings Mobile Detailing Podcast, and today, finally, here with Brian Felix
I'm excited.
from
man.
Mendes Auto Detailing.
I'm excited.
I am too, man. Finally, we got to meet, man. Finally.
Let's shake hands.
Let's
man.
shake hands,
We're on
man.
video too.
Yeah, we too, as YouTuber, Brian has a multitude of views, incredible videos on YouTube. He actually has his story. That's why we wanted to record this podcast for it. You have your story
Yeah.
from where you come from. I definitely want people to know that, get
Yeah,
that
for
knowledge
sure,
from
bro.
you, from your upbringing.
For sure.
And then at one point he worked for us, for Wings Mobile Detailing. And we have a story to tell as well, as most of you guys know. And a lot of incredible things. He decided to get his own thing, started his company. He's going hard on it. He's growing, he's succeeding. And that's admirable. So we're excited to see this podcast. So,
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you for having me, bro.
No
for real,
problem.
for real. And honestly, like before we start the podcast and stuff, I just want to, definitely give some credit to this man here because honestly, like watching you do what you do, like
Thank
and how
you,
you
man.
did it, man,
Yeah.
it got me motivated to like see what's possible out there and just kind of like make myself believe a lot more. You get what I'm saying? That of what I could do myself. So definitely huge shouts out to you. I'm
Thank
a little
you,
stumbling, man. We're on camera.
It's
Man.
likewise, man.
Yeah,
Likewise.
man, it's all good.
We're not actors here.
Nah,
We're
man,
not
for
Hollywood
sure,
actors.
for sure. So yeah, man, I just want to give you credit, man. Just say thank you, like for real,
Appreciate it, man.
because without you, honestly, like I would have never, like,
Oh man,
be where I am now, man, for sure.
thank you.
So as those of you that don't know, my name is Brian Felix, and I'm the owner of Mendes Mobile Detailing, and like I said, just shout out to Andre, man. I worked for Andre. I don't even do. How long did I work for you? Like maybe a few months.
Maybe, man. Has it reached a year? Maybe.
It was like probably like 8 months, the most.
Yeah, 8
Yeah.
months maybe.
Like 8 months, and yeah, man, like I reached out to him. I saw the post on Indeed, and I was like, okay.
That's true. That was
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
I seen the
indeed.
post on Indeed, and I was like, okay, he's looking to hire like an entry level detailer, and I applied. And
That's
Andre
awesome,
called
man.
me, man. He called me right up, man. He was like, hey,
We
man.
called it a quick interview.
Yeah, man. He was
That's
like,
okay.
hey, man, on the spot interview, like,
Uh-huh.
what are you looking to do? What's going on?
I think at that time, but we're gonna get back to that. I definitely want to
Yeah.
come over your upbringing
Gotcha.
before. But at that time, I think that you actually mentioned to me that your goal was to actually
Yeah.
open a company yourself
Yes,
to
sir.
start detailing.
Yes, sir.
And I'm flattered, man. Thank you so much for all the
Nah,
compliments,
bro.
man. And this is all you, man. This is
Yeah.
all you. Like, you went after. The thing that I most admire me about you is I admire you on the fact that you were never, like, you were not satisfied. You're grateful, but not satisfied. And that is what entrepreneurs think out there starting their
That's
business.
true, bro.
You know,
Very true.
there's like, I want more. You're like, I want more. I want to
Yeah.
do something. And you used to tell me that. And I thought that was the most incredible thing, man, because
Yeah.
that's the spirit for entrepreneurship.
It just doesn't stop, man. It
Yeah.
doesn't, like, even if you hit your goal, like, you're gonna be like, I gotta do more. I gotta get more.
Yeah.
But just like you said, let's talk about like the whole upbringing and stuff, where I'm from, where I was born, stuff like that. Kind of how I even got introduced to detailing.
Yeah.
So
And
I was-
if you can, sorry, man, to cut you, but
Sure.
if you can refresh, like,
yeah.
so you went to school here, were you in Richmond, Virginia?
So I'm gonna just start off with like, we're just gonna talk about me, like
Yeah.
born in Humacao, Puerto Rico. Those of you that don't know, I am Puerto Rican and Dominican. So I was born in Puerto Rico. I was raised in Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, in Pennsylvania. I went to school there for about the first 9 years
Mhm.
of schooling, and once I got to high school, we moved over here to Virginia. So
Okay.
we came here to Virginia because I had family members here. My mom was like close to her sister and stuff.
Yeah.
And we lived out here for a few years. I went to school in Meadowbrook. James River. I don't even know if these schools are still around, dude. But I went to these schools while I was out here, and you know, kind of graduated in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I just kind of like started working warehouse jobs, man. Just
Oh,
trying to figure out what I want to do, man. Like I always knew I wanted a business, but it was just like, what am I gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? So at the time, there was a lot of like,
Same with me, man. I
Yeah,
know
man.
exactly what you mean.
yeah. At the time, there was a lot of like internet guru stuff going on, which there's stuff. It still is. There's a lot
Mhm.
more of it. But I ran across Amazon FBA. I bought courses. I remember selling my car, dude. I had a car, and this is how hungry I wanted it, man. I sold my car, the
Mhm.
only thing I had to my name, and I sold my car. This was after I graduated,
Yeah.
and I started buying courses. I was just like, okay, I wanted to get
Or,
rich,
like
honestly. dude.
courses on how to start a business, more motivational side.
Yeah, so
or
I bought courses
technical.
on how to start like an Amazon business.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about affiliate marketing. Just like any course that I could get my hands on that was like reasonable price,
Yes.
I would buy, man, just because I wanted to
Yeah.
learn, man. I was just like wanted to learn, and honestly, I should have been buying books because that's your best teacher, man. Books.
Man, but like this is, you said something important. You gave up something. You sold your car to actually get a course to get self-development, to
Yes.
learn.
Yes.
And a lot of people out there don't even learn without selling anything. You
Yeah.
gave up stuff to go after it. Education, it's always the number one.
Yeah.
Self-development, because that's going to build you up. So that's an important point, man. You
Yeah.
sold your car, and then you got to, so you could buy a course as well.
Right.
And you weren't even sure. It's not a guarantee thing. Oh, I
Exactly.
buy this, I'm going to be successful.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a huge risk. And
Yeah.
my family was like, "Bro, you're crazy. Like, that's all you have." And I was just like, "Okay, well, if I can invest in these courses, I'll make some money off of it, and I'll buy the car again, or maybe I'll get something better." And that was just my mindset behind it. Like, if I can better myself, I'm like my best investment. Like, you are too for yourself. We all are. Like,
100%, man.
you know what I
I
mean?
believe
So.
in that.
Exactly. So if you can invest in yourself, you're gonna make back 10x. Like what you
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's all about you, man. It all starts down with you. Like just invest in yourself, believe in yourself, because that's all you need, man. That's
It
all
is.
you need.
And then when you start doing that, I believe that when you start getting the education, you become more knowledgeable. When you become more knowledgeable, you start wanting more. You start
Yeah.
becoming more confident.
Yes, sir.
You're like, the more confident you are, the more you want to do that,
Yep.
and the more prepared you are for the downfalls. Because we have
Exactly.
downfalls as
Yeah.
business owners. We both know that.
Yeah, bro, for sure.
It's not a world of just glamour and nice things,
Yeah.
or just success every time.
Nah,
On
man,
the
it's
contrary,
definitely-
most times it's just hitting,
it's
failing,
grinding, bro.
failing.
It's just grinding.
Yeah.
Just staying positive. Like some days, even now, I have 0 clients. I'm just like, let me do stuff now that I can maybe down the line get results from. You get what I'm saying? Because sorry, because a lot of people think that you can put in work now, like on a computer. Tomorrow I'm gonna
To
get
get the
20
money for
clients.
tomorrow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nah, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes you have to give things up for this week, for the month, so that you can focus on growing for tomorrow, for
exactly,
for the
yeah.
future.
For the future, but it's all
Yeah.
about 10, 20 years from now. And that's just like my mindset, and even further than that,
That's how it
because
is, man.
it's not overnight, man. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's
Yeah.
just not. So back to the story. I forgot where I left off.
So then
courses.
after you got to Richmond, Virginia, you start knowing that you wanted to do something, not sure
Right.
what, but you know that you wanted to acquire something big, to grow a business,
Yeah.
for example. That was
Yeah.
still probably in your mind. That's what you were meant to do.
Yeah, bro.
And then you went to Indeed. Let's just go. Let me just make sure
Oh.
it's still recording, because I
Yes,
don't have
sir.
any light there. All right, it's good. Cool. Turn it back to zero. All right, so then you went to. I was starting to hiring people back then.
Yeah.
Don't even know what year that was. Or
Yeah,
month.
probably like
Yeah.
2019, maybe.
Yeah.
2019, maybe around there.
Yeah.
But even before I applied for Wings Mobile Detailing, like I said, I always knew I wanted to start a business, and I did kind of what I did with you. Like I like went to small businesses, and I applied. So before I worked for Wings, I went to a window tint shop. I called him up because I watched a lot of Gary Vee, and he mentioned in one of his videos, if you're young and you want to make it, just call up shops and offer to help for free. And that's what I did, man. I called up a window tint shop, and I called them. I wanted to learn how to tint. I was like, I love cars. Anything
Yes.
worth,
Yeah.
car wise, I wanted to do. So I'm still trying to figure stuff out. So I go to this window tint shop, no names, just it was in here in Richmond. I called them up. I was like, hey, are you guys looking for a window tint, helper or whatever? I'm willing to work for free. I just want to learn the trade. Just teach me. I'm just gonna learn, and and the whole goal is always like, I'm gonna open my own tint shop. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? So,
Brian,
Go ahead.
you always have that attitude
Bro.
in your mind.
yeah.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna do something. I want to open that. It's that entrepreneur
Exactly, bro.
thing. Yeah.
I just always been that way, man. It's just like always been in my head. Like, I know when I like grew up seeing like nice cars and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I never asked like, oh, how much money is that? Or like whatever, typical questions are like about that
A regular
car.
person would ask, right?
Yeah. I was always like,
What's the opportunity?
yeah, I was just like, okay, how was he able to get that? Like, what like did he do to get to that? Because I know it wasn't a regular job. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you're not getting a Lambo with a regular job.
Yes.
And I love cars, and it's just always been in me. So I went to the tint shop, and I asked for help
Mhm.
or to help, and they hired me. Dude didn't pay me for a few days. I was like a little, I was like, it was a
Yeah.
far drive. I was like, a little
Yeah.
bit of money for gas, but I wasn't expecting nothing. So I learned how to tint, and after a while, I was like, this is not, for me.
Right.
It's not even
Yeah.
for me, bro. So I stopped going, and came across my cousin, right?
Mhm.
So my cousin met him.
Yeah.
He works at a limousine detailing company, and he brought me to work with me because he was going out or whatever out of town. He was like, bro, can you come help me out for the weekend? So we're like detailing limousines and stuff, like big party buses and stuff. I'm like, this is what you do, bro? Like,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, are
Yeah.
you serious?
I remember that. You're telling me what you used to do, what you guys did. Yeah.
So I was like, are you serious, bro? This is like what you do every day for like 8 hours or whatever. He was
Uh-huh.
like, yeah. I was like, okay. Well, I want to do regular cars because these vans and buses are way too big for
Yes.
a typical day. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of work. So I went to Indeed and I put auto detailing, jobs, and I came across Wayne Mobile Detailing. I did my research,
Yes.
bro. I did my research. I was like, okay, who is Wayne's Mobile Detailing? And they're hiring, so let me check them out. Google 5-star reviews across the board, dude.
Awesome.
Yo,
Yeah.
you were killing it, man. You still are. So I applied, and Andre called me up, like I said, gave me the opportunity. I worked for him for a few months, and while I was there, I was just learning, man. Just like learning the techniques, how to wash the car, how not to. You taught me everything that like I still do to this day, man. Like for real, for real.
Yeah.
One of your employees, John, he taught me a lot of stuff too.
Shout out to John. Yeah.
bro.
He's managing now. Yeah.
Oh,
on
for
the
real?
phones. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, he taught me a lot of stuff too. How to do stuff quicker, how to be more efficient,
Mm-hmm.
and just like seeing the whole van set up and just just being in it just gave me a better insight of like
Definitely, man.
what
Yeah.
is like to be expected if I were to be on my own, because
Yeah.
at the time it was always a go. That's
It
why I
was,
said it to you.
and you were blunt with me. You were telling me, even when we were doing the interview, you said that your goal was to actually grow a business
Yeah.
yourself. And I mean, I personally love seeing that. I know that some business owners may see that from their, other employees, from some business owners, and they may think, they may get upset with the guy or something like that,
Right,
which is
right.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
And when I see like other people doing it more in the business, that's why like you and I, we both do videos. How do we set up the van? You know,
Yeah.
all that online because it's nice seeing other people do that.
Exactly.
Let me check again.
I'm gonna take a little swig of water here.
Go ahead.
Oh man, I'm calm my nerves.
I think I'm gonna put on the because I'm worried about this. I'm gonna put on the airplane mode. You know, how
Like
I
ringing
think-
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll stop recording.
So this is part two. Part two. Alright, so we were at where were we?
We were talking about how I was starting a business and then you like give me the opportunity to work with you.
Oh yeah, the videos.
Which I
there.
appreciate you for, dude, because honestly, any other person would be like, nah, man, kick rocks. You know, if you want to start your own business, go ahead. But you were like, no, come, you know, come work for me. Come, you know,
Yeah.
get in the, what is it, like the trenches, you know, like put in the
Yeah.
work, get in the
Yeah.
mud, like, you know. And I always like think about that stuff because like that was a big opportunity for me.
That's
man. That
awesome.
changed
And
my
I'm not
life.
gonna come out as the nice guy because I needed help too.
No, for sure.
And
I
you offer a huge help there. I mean, you know, to do some clients, do your best job there, never fail. Even you never kicked out saying, oh, you know, screw that, I'm gonna start my own thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that for people who's watching this and wanting to start their own business, the entrepreneur mindset, that's what the entrepreneur mindset is. They are ethical and moral in all, no matter the situation where their life put there in.
Right.
Successful entrepreneurs are like that.
Right.
Because if some people start off and say, oh, you know, screw everything, or I'm just gonna pretend I'm here working and then just
Yeah.
get out and do my own thing, life is gonna teach you when you become an entrepreneur
Yeah.
the hard way.
Yeah.
Like for these people. So heads down to you as well, man. But
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
that is entrepreneurship. It's all areas of life. It's growing together. It's and having the ambition to do something, not being satisfied, just like you
Yeah.
weren't.
I have a little catchphrase. I want to potentially turn into a brand one day, so nobody steal this. But it's hustle, never settle. Like you know, keep going. Like hustle, just never settle. Like never
Yeah.
be satisfied. Just never stop. You know, and
That's
it's just
true, man.
it's just my life motto. Just like hustle, never settle. Ever
Yeah.
since I like thought about that, I was like, that's what I want my
Yeah.
brand to like become because
And you can be. It does. That's a good word. It doesn't matter the size that you are in business.
yeah.
If God knows, maybe one day you and I would grow to, you know, huge headquarters. We grow huge.
Yeah, when?
Yeah, and then even when people are big business owners and they settle down,
Yeah.
the business goes downhill like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the size. So
Yeah.
true, man. That's so
I
true.
even before like not even before but while I was working for you, I was like listening to your podcast. I was just like what's it called, like soaking in as much as I could from the you guys don't know how big of a like impact he has, like you know what I'm saying, because dude, he has franchises and stuff like
Oh man, I appreciate it.
you don't see
Yeah.
detailing companies are like that, dude. You don't.
Mhm.
So like when I saw Wings with the 5-star reviews and dude, I was like, he got a shop, he shot me. What? How old is he? What? I was like, man, I would be honored to work for
I'm
these guys.
so glad, man. Those
You guys
podcasts are
become
working.
humble.
I'm so glad these podcasts are working.
Yeah, bro. Like
Yeah.
even to this day, I still listen to them. Like you just gotta like
Yeah.
continue learning, always learning,
Always
and
learning.
just keeping a positive attitude, like no matter what, man, for real.
Yeah.
And just believe in yourself, man. It's all believing.
Yeah.
like,
Awesome, man.
That's
Yeah.
all it is believing in yourself. And, you know, you gave me the opportunity to, like, you know, believe in myself furthermore because you gave me, you like, bro, you know, record, you know,
Yeah.
do this, do that. I'm like, bro, I got you.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, man, it's a lot of work, these kind of cars, but, like, it pushed me. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? Like, you pushed me to be better. And now I'm doing more work for myself, dude, like, way more
Yeah.
work. I didn't know how easy I had it, man.
No, that's all.
Yo, for real.
And how was it, Brian? Like, because I'm sure people want to see, oh, you worked for Wings at one certain point, but the transition. some people may think, oh, you simply got out, started your own business, and then it was just easy afterwards. Was it easy?
Nah, it's still not easy.
I know, yeah.
It's still not easy. So during the time I was working for you, like I said, I always had the same mindset. Like, okay, I wanted to start my own business. So I bought courses with the money that I was making working for you, and I started, working on my website. I was like doing the SEO stuff. Even though I was just typing blogs, like trying to rank for keywords and stuff like that. And over time, it just started picking up little by little. Now I'm just like, okay, I'm getting a few clients on the weekends when I'm not working for Wings.
And that's how it started, with a few clients here and there.
I remember starting to request time. I was like, yo, Andre, can I have off weekends? And you were just like,
oh, true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I was like detailing on the side because I love detailing.
That happens.
I was like, yo, Andre, can I have off weekends? He's like, what's up? Like, I got you,
like what's going on? Because for what?
Yeah.
Like, oh, and you tell me. I got some cars for the weekend. Like, go right,
You always supported, man. He was always like, go ahead, man. Do what you gotta do.
That's awesome, man. But this is your good. This is your grit. Like, you went after it. You could have very well just stayed in, because it's work. Bro. It's not easy.
It's not.
It's not easy. Things happen. We plan business. We're growing a business.
It's all your fault.
That's true. That's true. It's always your fault. If somebody does something, it's like, well, what did I do wrong here? And you gotta always take the blame. That's another great quality of entrepreneurs. But things happen. Problems. It's not as you plan. It's never as you plan. If 1 month is going according to plan, something's coming up. That's when it's scary. When everything is going smooth and just right, and then that's when I get scared.
Yeah.
Oh, everything's going according to plan.
I think something is up too. I'm like,
it's just a matter of time.
It's too good to be true. What's going on? But
something will wave will hit, because that's how entrepreneurship is.
Yeah, bro.
It's a roller coaster ride.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. I was just working on the website, trying to rank for keywords, trying to get clientele, because that's probably like, if you're starting your own business, like, that's number one. Like, you can't just jump in it, because you're not gonna have the consistency there. Like, you're not gonna have clients to do or cars to do.
It would be awesome if you start and then there's just with a bunch of clients. Your job is just buy a van and you have a bunch of clients, but that's not reality.
Yeah. A lot of detailing entrepreneurs think it's detailing when it's like 20%. I'll give it 20% of what's actually going to happen
to grow the business.
Yeah. I'll give it 20. That's like a fair number. This might be a little bit less in my opinion, because detailing is like the end. It's like it's like the end of the stick. It's like the last thing that's
for people who wants to grow a business like you and I, who wants to actually grow. Yeah, I mean, detailing definitely is the front line. You want to make sure the quality is really there, always, like it is.
Yeah.
But as you said, for people who wants to grow their business, I agree. It's 20% is even though you're doing work there, but to grow is always a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
It's endless.
Yeah. A lot of people actually like watch my YouTube videos, and I can see that they're just looking to be self-employed. And that's not my goal at all. Like, it just never was. If you want to be self-employed, I'm not knocking that. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
Make your money. Like, do what you love. Like, But that's just not me. That's not what I want. I want to own this building.
I respect that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And I also respect those, just like you said. If you wanted to be self-employed, exactly. Like, oh, that's you. Matter of fact, I have a podcast on that: self-employment versus growing a big business. And it is different. If somebody loves detailing cars, if that's something, I just love detailing cars, I don't want on the side of the business, spend 10, 15 years struggling to grow a business. I just want to, because for self-employment, I think is a quicker way to the money, right? Because you're not worried about investing back in the business,
like
all your earnings.
It's like a safe little bubble, man. Honestly, that's just how I look at it. Because you don't have employees who like worry about like them messing up or like
Yeah,
they're like
and the
if
money goes. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
like at first when I started I was like that, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like, if I do the work, I know it's gonna get done right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep getting the good
and the
reviews
money's there too. You can
Yeah.
charge them more.
Yeah. But like backing off is like I'm not at that level yet. Let's just be, let's just put that out there. But
Mhm.
backing off is definitely a goal of mine. But it is tough when you're like obsessed about your business. Like this is my lifeline.
It's like
this
a baby
is like,
for you.
this is like
I didn't want to
everything.
say it, but it's like
For sure, bro.
it's like a baby for you.
everything. So like it's kind of tough to like just take a step back. Like okay, do those cars. Like, I'm gonna be over here. Like
It's tough.
Yeah.
That step stuff. It is tough. I think starting off as a business owner, that's one of the hardest part is dealing with people. And like you said, you're the owner of the business. You got to take responsibility for whatever happens, even if it's clearly somebody else's fault.
yeah.
But you're like, okay, what did I do wrong?
They call
Because you
you.
got to avoid. Because if you don't blame yourself, it's gonna keep happening.
Yep.
Um,
They call you like, hey,
yeah.
this person didn't do this or they did this to my car. You gotta ask yourself like, okay, what did not teach them or
Mhm.
what did I like miss? Like you said earlier, like it's definitely your fault.
Yes.
Even if you think it's not, like the clients are calling you, not the detailer that
Not
did.
the detail.
Even when I messed, like I used to like do little
We all did, man.
silly
Yeah.
stuff. Now
I did myself,
Wings, man.
Yeah.
Like they would call Andre, and like that's why I was saying like I
Mhm.
didn't realize how easy I had it because I could like not show up to a car. Not saying that it happened, but I could not show up to a car. They don't care that Brian didn't show up
Yeah.
working for Wings. Like they're calling
As
the owner.
as an employee, let's say somebody else, let's say an employee who didn't care about the business, they are gonna go do
Exactly,
the
yeah.
service. If some problem happens, they just go home.
Yep,
Where you and I, as a business owner now, the problem stays with us,
yep,
and we're the ones. And I think that's the safe side, the safe bubble of somebody who wants to become self-employed. Just perhaps they love detailing and they don't want to go through the struggling of growing the actual business. That's perfect. They're there, they're doing the service. At the beginning, self-employment will pay you more
yeah,
than if you're growing because you're not investing back, you're saving everything.
right,
And if as we're a franchise, for example, and a lot of people are self-employed who starts with us because they just want to get the calendar filled up and do the work,
right,
and we send them. But that's a different category. For these people, what I learned is that it's a lot less problems, and they love doing just the detailing. You and I, we love the business as well, which is all around just
Yeah.
detailing, all around the 20%.
yeah. I just love seeing like what could be like the possibilities. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just like knowing that the sky's the limit. Like honestly, it really is like the sky's the limit. Like
Yeah, for any business too.
yeah. So I don't know if you ever talked about numbers, but I like to talk a little bit about numbers just because you
Mhm.
gotta be honest. Like I love being real. So when
Yeah.
I first started, dude, I was making like working weekends of like $200. I was like, okay, like in the
Mhm.
month. These are monthly numbers.
Yeah.
And after a while, I started going up. I'm just like,
It's not.
okay,
It's
like,
not easy. Like,
No.
the first month I already, bought myself a brand new car.
Oh,
That's
man.
not reality. Man.
I still have the same blue car, man. I still
Uh-huh.
have the same blue car. That's
Yeah.
the car that I started working out of. And
I remember
month
one day you
after
got was it AC problem that you got?
It was the
there?
battery.
Oh, it was the battery. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the battery.
Yep. And after a
Mhm.
few months, it went up to 1,000, and I was like, okay, it's still a little bit of money. Like I can't quit Wings yet. I was just like,
Yeah.
I can't leave and start on my own yet. So after a little while, just doing more marketing, dude, just working. Like it's work. Detailing is work. People don't realize like you're on the sun and the cold. Like it's labor for real.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I hit the $10,000 mark, which is like insane. But that was like a whole like year and like 6 months,
About
like,
a year.
yeah,
That you, mhm.
like a whole year later, like I finally reached a $10,000 month, and it's
that
just
you were
like
able to save, or that you were
to revenue for like detailing cars.
Oh, okay, got
just
it.
detailing cars.
Yes.
So I hit 10,000. I was like, wow, like I just never knew that. Like